this point is the perfect way. In our previous video, we talked about the 3 major reasons why your thread is breaking, and then we said the thread is one of the reasons, the kind of thread you're using, and then the second reason is this tension adjuster. Okay, if it's too tight, it could cause a break on your thread. If this place is dusty as well, it will cause a break on your thread. That's continuous breaking. Now the third reason is the needle. Okay, now looking at this needle, this is the perfect way a needle should be. Okay, now some sewing machine, manual machines usually have stoppers here, but for the industrial, most industrial machines do not have this opening here. That they usually have a stopper here, which means it gets to a limit. When putting the needle, it gets to a limit and it stops going up. Okay, but now most of the manual machines do not have a stopper, just like the one you're seeing here, which means it can go as high as possible. Now note that if it gets to this point, this is wrong. As a result, it will not pick the thread that is on the shuttle under the plate here. Okay, so meanwhile, if it comes down this way, if it gets too down, it will be hitting the shuttle under. As a result, it will be breaking the thread. Okay, now this is another reason, which is why we are talking about the needle. Okay, now you have to note the perfect way a needle should be, which is somewhere at this point. That's assuming your sewing machine do not have a stopper here. Most industrial machines do not have this issue because it usually comes with a stopper. But this one, that's why I'm making use of the manual sewing machine, because they don't often come with a stopper. Now this point is the perfect way. Now let's talk about the front of the needle and the back. Okay, most people do not know that a needle has the front and the back. Now if you look at this needle now, there is the side that has a straight line on the center, this part. Now this is the front, more like the right side, and then this side that has a smooth edge, smooth here. This part is smooth, as you can see. There's line here, and this place is smooth, and this smooth part is the wrong side. Now the wrong side faces this way, while the right side faces this way, and then it has to face straight. You can see the point is facing directly this way. Now if it bends to this side, if it bends towards this direction, more like it's facing your front, then it is part of the reason why your thread is cutting. Okay, it will continually cut until you face it right. The same way if it bends towards this other direction. Okay, the right position is directly facing this way, your left. That's when sitting in front of a machine, more like you want to work on your machine. The right way is that the needle will be facing your left hand. Remember that is your left hand that you use. It's your left hand that you make use of to put the thread on the needle using the left hand. That's also part of the reason, maybe what you are getting wrong. It's part of the things you are getting wrong, which is the reason why your machine is not working. Okay, what am I trying to say? The thread, sorry about the camera, I have to bring it this close so that you can get what I'm talking about and show it clearly. Okay, what I'm trying to say is the thread cannot go through your right hand to this point. Okay, it's not this way, it rather goes through this point to this side. Okay, so now the right side face this way to your left, while the wrong side face this way to your right. Okay, now once you get it perfectly, you will not have issues with this. Now remember that the first thing we talked about is the thread, and then the second thing is the tension. I'm using a zigzag manual sewing machine to do this. So every machine has a tension adjuster. So either the industrial or the manual, check your tension. Make sure that you clean up this part. The third part is the needle, which we've talked about now. The right side of the needle, if it's facing the wrong way, then it will not work. If it's not directly facing your left side, it is also not going to work. Now an honorable mention is going to be your the type of fabric you are using. Okay, now if you are using a very thick fabric, or sorry, if you are working on a very thick fabric, then you might have to use a needle that is bigger, like this, an 18. We usually use 18 is like the smallest or the average size for a manual machine. Even an industrial machine, we usually use 18. Now if you are working on a thicker material, maybe a jean or a leather, then you will have to use a 20 or 22 as the case may be. Bear in mind that the smaller the needle, if you are using this small size of needle to work on a thick material, it is also going to cause your thread to always be breaking or cutting, while it can also cause your needle to always break. More like it's either your needle is breaking or your thread is cutting. Please leave a comment if you watched to this point, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you and God bless.